Hey sidekicks, welcome back to another 100 Days of Making Comics video. It is day 15, and I started out just finishing up editing the day 14 video and putting in my Patreon link in the description, and so far I've got like at least one subscriber who funnily enough actually helped with the grammar on my front page of the Patreon page, and she's also a patron now, so that's great. So tonight I just decided to try inking using the light pad I had owned, and it's very nice and flat and just very sleek, not like my previous one, which was just a big obnoxious square, and it was very thick and but cumbersome. But this time, I have one with levels on it, at least three levels of brightness, and that helped see the little tiny details. For the most part, I'll get into that. But so tonight, this is a test of me using traditional inks and the light pad underneath, which brings it through so I can ink it. And it was a challenge in that while I had the image, I was very confident in it, but at the same time, not all the details were quite clear on, like, for example, there was like some rock cliff faces that I decided sometimes I would shade, and at the very bottom I didn't really shade all of like the rocks, like I had drawn in blue pen like where the shading was going to be, but I just didn't quite feel confident at that stage. Everything else, like the top of the layer with all the appendages out of it, I felt okay, just transcribing through ink and all that. Um, and I found it sound pretentious when I say that, but I think it was alright. I added a few effects here that weren't quite in the original pencil itself. One thing I know is it's better to go slow when inking in this style, but still, it's pretty kind of intimate in a way in that you have this just sheet, like it's very intimate in its size, and like it's really easy to like see everything at a glance instead of having to zoom in around, and like just move the canvas around. Even though that's helpful on its own, I'm thinking it's just like it's good to see the whole page in its entirety, and that to me looks pretty good from a personal opinion. And doing this in traditional inks, it's kind of relaxing to an extreme. But the one drawback though is if you're more sure about what's underneath, then you have no problem. If it kind of gets a little more intricate and say like how many cracks are in like the cliff face or the amount of trees and the leaves overlapping, then you may run into problems. I know I stopped at like a certain point, and now I'm having to rethink a bit, but I like the look of this approach for the start, and it takes time and more patience and also like confidence when inking traditionally, because there are a few things that can fix a mistake, unlike undo buttons and layers. So even the sky kind of has details that I want to put in there. There's a few clouds actually, and I still don't know yet how I'm going to do that, but probably just be a simple cartoon cloud when I think about like the type of story I'm writing. And yeah, I think that's okay. It doesn't have to be super fancy. I know it like kind of looks a little fancy right now. I guess it's very detailed, and that to me has a charm. And but a little concerned with how I'm going to draw in, like, effectively with the blue pencil underneath. It's a little bit not so bright, and sometimes I will use like normal lead, but I think it comes back to how well your original sketch is communicating what you want it to. Say, if this is a more simpler style, maybe some things will be more exaggerated and there wouldn't be like a complex palette of skin tones and all that. And you got to know like how effective you're communicating with the original sketch, what things need to go, what things need to be added, stuff like that. I think that's really what it comes down to, at least what made me feel confident in some aspects of like just drawing, like just inking in general. And like anything, it's going to come with time and practice to better communicate what you want through the drawing and the overall staging of the comics page you're trying to put forth. And yeah, I think that's probably going to be a struggle. I definitely struggled a little bit with inking tonight. I don't think it's a complete loss. I do enjoy it, and I want to kind of develop just, I think this will make me pause and just slow down a bit when finishing up with inks and all that. And just like that, my writing is not going to be the best. It'll probably take a few books to get better, and I may ask like people or friends to help me out, even though I feel a little guilty in asking them for favors and all that. But I guess time will reveal itself. And yeah, other than that, I'm a little happy. I'm happy with how I set up the Patreon page, and if you wait just another minute, you'll see credited Patreon in the credits. And that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, and if you want to see me complete this challenge, just hit subscribe, and also hit the bell notification for every time I upload a video. You'll be notified. And once again, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers! Have a good day.